I haven't seen you in a while, bro. When was the last time I saw you? I saw you the day after we recorded for the first day.
The day after we recorded. So
On Wednesday.
yeah,
I
that
saw you
was
on Wednesday.
last Wednesday.
I've been trying not to text you. I've been trying not to text you at
Really?
all. I don't want to talk to you because just like I said last time, I feel like if I talk to you, I'm going to run out of things to talk about when we have to record.
I feel like we have enough to talk about.
We'll find out.
So actually it's funny, like, we just recorded our first podcast, and when I was listening to myself, I was like, crap, I
It's
kind
tough.
of eat my own words. I'm also a little bit more conscious now of like being able to pronunciate things better. But I was just like, and then there's a lot of ums and pauses, and I was like, damn, I gotta get
Dude,
better at
if
this.
you only saw the cleanup that I had to do manual, it was worse. It's not bad. If you actually
I'm
listen to the
sorry.
product, it's no. I wasn't even like upset about it. It's fine. If you
Yeah.
think about it, it was our first time riding a bike. Again, you're not gonna be going crazy super fast. You gotta warm up to it
First time riding a bike again.
in a long time. In like how many years? Like 6 years?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. So, it's cool, dude. But yeah, I mean, last time we hung out was at the bar last week.
Yes. Our safe haven. The only thing that we have left. It's our last bastion of hope.
Really? You think so?
No, not really. Hell no. I just like
Yeah.
to romanticize life sometimes. I like to laugh about
No,
the
it is
certain
the
fucked
local
upness of
watering
life.
hole. It is our safe haven for, especially when you need to unwind after a long day.
I started going there regularly. I don't want to sound like one of those like, everyday bar dudes or whatever. That's not me. And I get like, sometimes I tell my friend, I was like, yeah, man, I'm here often. And he's like, Gabe, you can't be here. Like, you have to go home. And I'm like, dude, it's not that bad.
Do you think there's a stigma?
Do I think there's a stigma about people going to the bar all the time? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Let me say this. And this is the same thing when it comes to the gym too. And I want to be very careful with it because I still frequent the gym and I still frequent the bar. But
Mm-hmm.
there are some crazy people in these locations. You don't really like notice it. Like during the first however long that I was going to the bar and to the gym, right? I'm in there, I get what I need to get done, and I need to get the fuck out. That's it. After you go there for a good amount of time and you finally decide to put your fucking phone down and shit and actually talk to the people there, they're a little bit not 100%, yo. The stigma is true, which makes me fucking feel bad because I'm like, I am there too. So maybe I'm the weird one as well. It's fucked up.
I think people, or I guess if you would, characters, or people just going through things are like everywhere. Also, the gym and the bar is a place where people are able to pour their emotions into something less destructive. The bar, maybe less so. Every
It
week.
attracts the troubled soul. Both locations.
And sometimes the answer for the troubled soul is at the bottom of that glass, So, and I understand it because also, look,
It's
like,
true.
what are our outlets after the 9 to 5? Last time we talked, we were talking about the 9 to 5 and the scaries and all that stuff. And so, midway through the week, what is our ways of escaping or coping mechanisms, if you would, of the scaries,
How do you defeat the scaries?
how do you defeat the scaries? But more importantly, when you're like at hump day, like how do you defeat hump day? And at the end of the week, you're gonna want something to kind of top it all off. You want something to kind of reduce the edge, or you just want to like blow off some steam, like shoot it out with like your homies and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the bar's perfectly well. Okay, anything in excess is always gonna be bad.
We
But
know
the
this.
bar again, it's fine. I know people who always like hit the bar, drink like a bottle of whiskey or a couple of glasses of whiskey. By
I
the
don't
end
go
of the
too
week.
fucking OD at the bar, bro. I honestly, I
exactly.
go there, I get a good meal, I get a couple beers, and I'm not trashed. Sometimes I'm trashed if the night is feeling right, but it's rarely. There are some days where I'm kind of like, all right, it's time to go, and I didn't really get too turned up. Let's go.
That correlation changes a bit when there are more people at the bar. So if you have like
Oh, like people that you know? Yeah.
yeah. So like if there's two people, the correlation goes up, but there's still a chance you won't get super sauced. If there's three people, I feel like, so for example, like when we're with one of our mutual homies and
It
he loves
depends.
going
It
after,
depends.
you'll be like, all right, we'll just have a couple more, especially if the bartender's like really cool with you.
If we want to stick on the topic of the bar specifically,
Mm-hmm.
I would say if you are comfortable with the bar, you don't have to be with anybody. You can literally just be there on your own. if you're truly comfortable with the bar. But I mean, to go
That
back
is
to
true.
your original statement of what do I do to fight the Sunday scaries? I try my hardest to fill my Friday and my Saturday. I have to try to go out. I got to make an attempt to go out. It's not every weekend there's going to be something available, but
Hmm.
you try to make the best of it. Give me one of the 2 days. If I have one good night out, I would have accomplished the weekend.
Yeah, no, I could get that. I mean, sometimes I feel like with the Sunday scaries also, like for me, because well, it depends. Like if you're like an introvert, you kind of like being able to recharge and collect yourself mentally, and spiritually, right? And then for extroverts, they tend to gravitate towards more social events to kind of give them the energy to recover. I feel like it depends on my weekend because as someone who I want to believe is more extrovert these days, I love being around people, but I do like to recharge by myself. So it's like I'm totally okay like being in my room listening to music and not really talking to anybody also. So
I don't want to
I
sound like
guess
I'm
for
out there every fucking weekend. This is not the truth. No. Like if the vibe is right and
yeah,
the
yeah.
weekend is right and I have the energy and I want to go out, I will pretty much my mind will kind of work on its own subconsciously. I'll try to figure little schemes in order for me to be out.
Yeah.
Hell
Well,
yeah, baby. Not every day is an out day. Trust me, there are weekends where I'm doing nothing and I'm completely happy with that. I'm sure
yeah.
you know the same.
I know the feeling because I feel like I also post college and especially as you're entering the work field, I feel like a part of me is always like concerned about like crap, like am I doing something? Am I being productive? Am I working on my career? Am I working against the clock? Because like for example, like I left college a little later than most people. And so for there, other people have been in the workforce much longer. I'm also in a career path that has like kind of a hustle and grind to it where other places you can go through like an internship and that'll kind of lead into other things. Working in the film field, you kind of have to know your connections, know your networks. And so I feel like I get restless when I'm not doing anything. But
As
as
you
years have
should
gone
get
by,
restless.
and I still think a part of me is restless because I don't like to not be doing anything, but I do enjoy the moments now where I don't have to do anything and I get to kind of like turn off my brain for a little bit and just do something maybe not super productive, but like either tuning into like a nice TV show or listening to like you know, a new release from like one of my favorite artists or something like that. At least like I could enjoy the meanwhile and not always feel like everything has to be purpose driven.
You can rest and pretty much do whatever it is that you want to do. It doesn't matter if you want to watch a TV or listen to the new song or whatever. You want to rest knowing that you deserved rest. I always have this feeling like you could do that now and watch TV all day if that's what we want
I
to
know.
land on as something that you want to do on your downtime. But that
Yeah.
downtime is never going to feel good if you're not actually trying to be productive. Going into the opposite end, you don't want to just be chilling and feel unaccomplished.
When I was younger, I definitely had this sense of imposter syndrome. So I feel like I was like trying to work double hard to feel like I've earned it. Now I feel like as I'm more in my career field, I feel a little bit more comfortable being able to accept that, hey, I worked hard, I earned this rest. But for years I struggled with that whole like sense of like, oh, do I deserve anything? Have I actually actively earned it? In more recent times I've been able to accept that like, hey, I could pump the brakes for a bit. And I also need this because, I do know what feeling burnt out is. Working so hard and not giving myself a moment to kind of like appreciate or, enjoy things. And then all of a sudden, I just feel like I'm mentally and emotionally checked out just because I've never given myself the respite that I needed, you know?
For me, man, I feel the chip on my shoulder forever. I've always had it. I know that you mentioned it that like, oh, you always felt that you were kind of behind or maybe
Hmm.
like you're trying to prove something. I have that forever. Even back now, all the way when I was growing up, and even right now today. Like I
Really?
yeah, 100%. I don't feel I'm not comfortable where I want to live in my life. Bro, I want to have
That I understand.
children. I have to pick my words carefully so that I can express myself correctly. I want more than this life. For whatever that means, whatever I'm doing here, dude, I don't even want to fucking do this. No, don't even get me wrong. I want to be here. I want to talk to you. I want to chill. I want to do the podcast. It is creative for sure. But I would love the rest of my life to be ahead.
No, I get you.
I want
I
so
mean,
much more in this life.
dude, I get it. Trust me, there are things that I feel like I've accomplished, and there are things that I feel like are still a work in progress. And it's like, damn, it's taking a lot longer than I need it to be to accomplish there. And I don't know when I'm gonna actually get to that point. But at the same time, I also knew what it was like fresh out of college to like kind of be like, crap, is someone gonna vouch for me? Am I gonna be able to like work somewhere that I really want to work? And then sooner after that's like got the job I wanted, and it's like, crap, am I gonna get paid what I feel like I need to get paid to survive in New York City? The one thing that I've changed in the years, because you brought up feeling like you have a chip on your shoulder, and I think a part of me still also feels like, look, I'm always going to be restless. Can never feel completely complacent or comfortable where I'm at. I don't like to. I always feel like things could be better. I should work harder, but also I've learned to accept certain things about myself that have made me more certain and sure about me. I think a part of me is always going to want to work hard to achieve the best possible goals and even push every little thing further and further. But I think also a part of me is also able to embrace the things that I considered flaws and I thought were kind of holding me back and, you know, really contributing to that sense of imposter syndrome because you can't help but notice, especially as you're an artist, that like, oh, I see the work and I just see all the flaws, and someone else could see it very completely differently. But like they could see the work that you put in, and so I think that's the one thing that I've really tried doing over the years is trying to embrace or try to find this balance of being like critical of myself, like always got to keep on pushing harder, doing more, make everything better than like the previous iteration, but also being able to be like, we've earned this, we rocked it, and to also have that sense of confidence to like be able to put yourself out there and be like, hey, I'm good, we're ready, let's go at it. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry if that was like,
No, no, no. It does. It does. I think our perspective on life is different. And I think it's probably something that we put on ourselves. It's not anything else. It's not like a loved one or a partner is putting that on you, that pressure. I think it's for me putting the pressure on myself. I want to be the best at everything that I can be. And if I want to be the best partner, if I want to be the best brother, if I want to be the best son, right? Then you have to lead by example by all of those things at all times. And it's very difficult to have that on always. I know there are seasons where you take a little bit more rest days than you want to. And then you kind of sit there and you feel like shit. And you ask yourself, oh, why did I just let that happen? I already know what I have to do. I already know what I want to be. Why did I let that happen?
mhm.
I wish I could be motivated all the time because I have these pushes of motivation to get as productive as I can be. But I can't always, for whatever reason, it escapes me. I don't have the power to keep that on always. And I wish I could. I want so much more for me. I want so much
Right.
more for you. I want hella more than this. This is madness. If you think about it, and if you try to give yourselves reasons to be pissed off at your life, only you can be the one to get yourself out of there.
I get it, dude. I mean, again, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that I'm not hungry. Trust me. Like,
Oh no, 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 no.
yeah.
I'm not saying that on you. It's just this is how I feel about myself. I have friends that want to live their life comfortably fine. And that's not to say comfortable is low or high or whatever. It's all your perspective on life.
I kind of wonder what it's like in other places of the world where their cost of living isn't as much as ours. What is their day to day like? I mean, I commute into the city all the time, so I know it's like to be literally body to body with other people trying to get on
I don't
the
like
tube
that. That
all
shit
the way.
sucks.
Oh yeah, it sucks. So I kind of wonder where other people who don't really have again the same lifestyle, like how what their day to day is like, and how that's kind of shaped their experiences. Because again, like I've traveled.
Which type of people's day-to-day life?
Anyone that lives outside of New York City, like what's their day to day life, especially when it comes to like their mornings? Because again, I know my mornings is shaped by like waking up, taking a shower, getting some food or coffee on the way to the train, 9 to 5, basically go home, cook dinner, clean up, maybe shower if I feel disgusting, you know, then
I
watch a
hope you
couple of
fucking
TV
shower
shows.
even if you don't feel disgusting. I don't know. That's you're describing a very regular schedule. I know people that like they wake up at like fucking 7 a.m. or 5 a.m. to go to the gym at 7 and then end up going to work. And then after work, then they got all this, their side business shit. Yo, they're going fucking buck wild. Anyone living outside of New York, they're definitely going to feel like it's a slower lifestyle compared to typical living in the city, New York, or
Mm.
but at the end of the day, the food isn't going to put itself on the table. They still have to work and do whatever it is they have to do. And the factors that will be different. Maybe there won't be a train for them. Maybe they have to have a car. And then their pain is, oh shit, I can't go nowhere in life because I don't have a car. I have to figure out how to do that, how to go get one of those. Everyone has their own version of the hustle or of the grind. Everyone has their own version of the grind.
What were you up to this weekend, though, Gabe?
This weekend, oh man, with everything going on, I mean, let me give some insight for how we've been pretty much doing this. We talked about starting this podcast 2 weeks ago. Last week, we started recording, and this week, we are recording our second episode. So, with everything that I set out to do, I have not been able to rest. I didn't hang out on Friday and Saturday, regrettably. Trust me, if someone shot me a text message, hookah, I'm fucking showing up. But with everything that we have to do with the podcast, with Twitter, with YouTube shorts, with descriptions, thumbnails, having to go figure out what song, non-copyright song, how is it going to visually look? How are we going to end? I didn't even get to finish. Like I promised little cuts in between where we would, I don't know, have like maybe announcements of like, we're looking for other podcast members or guests. I did not have the time to do those things. And I didn't really have the time to figure out a proper ending. But I did not want it to prevent me from the goals that I originally set. If we wanted to release this week, kaboosh, no matter what, it was going to come out the way that it came out. And that's what we ended up having. And I think, to be honest, I think we did pretty damn good. I'm fairly proud of it. I'm not going to say it's the best, but no, I think we did really, 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 really well. We're ahead. In my mind, we're ahead. I know you, like having me as a friend, I have crazy demands. Like I'm like sometimes an overlord and like a control freak with certain
I
things.
hope I am like helping out in some way. You're like,
bro, no.
doing
You're
a lot
good.
of
You're
work.
good, bro. You're absolutely good. Because I know for a fact that once we get everything set and we get into a schedule, then it won't be as bad. I know that when we have to do the edits for this one, it's going to be so much faster than what I did last week. I'm going to be able to have the highlights much earlier than 2, 3, 4, 5 days after. Like I'm releasing highlights from episode 1 and it's already we're recording episode 2. I should have already had that done. But we had to figure things out and how we wanted to make it stylistically. We wanted to give it some time to marinate and not just release it bucket naked. Because if I did, it would have been it would have sucked. Like some of the AI, for y'all who don't know, we use this AI shit to get the clips. And I thought it was going to be good enough to get them perfect. When it came down to actually editing them and I had to kind of go back, the AI, we're practically going to use the AI just to farm ideas. And then we could get the highlights from them and then I'll chop them up. And it was much, much, much better. There was a lot of things that the AI missed. It doesn't really understand comedic timing. Not that we're the most funniest dudes ever, but you know what I mean? Like... what the hell, man?
I mean, I know that there's been fears, especially last year when it was like really, really, really opening itself up to the world that, oh man, AI is going to take over all of our jobs. But I think the problem is
I'm scared.
Context. Yeah, no, I still think AI doesn't understand context. And again, it doesn't have like the sense of cognitive understanding of humans and just all the different things that, are emotional things that we are able to possess that give us that discretion and understanding of things. They won't be able to do that. I mean, I guess you could punch in those ideas, but even then it's like, how do you seize lightning in the bottle? And it's like, I don't know if those AI tools are really up there yet. I don't know if they ever will be. I mean, they're getting good at painting images and sound, but I also digress because technically I was like, it would take like another 5-10 years for them to do like a good video. And some of the AI produced video is kind of good.
Did you see that video of like that Asian chick, the AI Asian chick? She looked like she was doing like a TED talk. the hot
Oh
Asian
yeah,
chick did. I
yeah.
thought it was real for the
It's
first time I watched it. But then if you stare at it for more than 2 seconds, though, you're like, it's too
there's
good.
uncanny valley.
It's not that it doesn't look real. It just looks too good that it becomes not right
Well,
looking.
that's the thing. I feel like those imperfections. It's like I sound so corny when I say like perfectly imperfect or imperfectly perfect, but it's like whatever humans are is not perfect in any way. Like even as clean cut as we do things, there's no perfect way to do it. I've seen some crappy AI videos where you see like there's this like plate of mushrooms that transform into like penguin chicks. It's getting very unsettling, and you're just like, wow, like AI
But
could
did the
not really figure
mushrooms
out.
look real?
The mushrooms look real.
Did the penguins look real?
They look pretty real. It's just that again, motion and like the whole concept of building that world was completely off, but it's been trained on enough images to show you what a chick or a mushroom looks like.
I'm scared as fuck, dude.
Why?
I am alarmed at
Okay.
how good it's getting so fast. How it looked back then to how it
Hmm.
looks now,
Yeah.
that gap, that improvement is not even half fucking way to how good it's gonna be in the next 10 years. We're not almost at its peak. We are so far from how good AI can get, man.
But it's still a tool. And I feel like these are things that can help us navigate to get things faster. It's like a weird example, right? Long time ago, people didn't want to use digital cameras because it's like, oh, it's not the same as film and vice versa. And so that was like more than 25 years ago. And now here we are where digital cameras are getting better and better. But then now we have a lot of people going back to film. A lot of people I know are like, "Oh, hey, I picked up this point and shoot at like some, backyard garage and it still works." And it still generates good results. It's not digital. It's not going to be ever clean and pretty as digital, but people like it. I mean, I think a lot of people enjoy kind of that the look,
The nostalgia
that
of it all.
nostalgic feel, and almost the way that it freezes like a moment in time. So again, I think that's despite as good as technology is getting where we can replicate certain things, what we strive for is again the human element. What draws us to people, it draws us to art and music and all these different things. I mean, look, now we're able to replicate like again going into sound for a second, right? The Roland TR-808, that was a very iconic sound, and those instruments or those devices don't exist anymore because they're largely out of like production, but we can now replicate those sounds and technically push it even better. But people still like that sound. There is still something about that human element that makes it, as much as AI will make everything faster and crazy, I still think that like there's no amount of training that you can put on AI that can really give its own sense of soul, so to speak.
Now you're opening the door to what is the meaning of soul, which I don't think really is a question we want to take the time to answer. I don't think so. I don't think we want to go there, bro.
Maybe we'll pump the brakes for now on that one. But anyway, just
Dude,
yeah.
AI is gonna get so fucking good. It's gonna
Okay.
know human imperfection. It's gonna take
Yeah.
that into consideration. But you're right. There is a tool. There is a tool, and you did say, oh yes, we had film back then, and then we eventually went to digital, and now we're starting to love film. But can you ever see film being the industry standard again?
It's still okay, so that's kind of a multi-layered question.
It's a loaded
I think in a
question.
way it's a loaded question for any of my friends that could be watching. This is like a rabbit hole. They know how much of this rabbit hole I've dove into pretty much.
Marvel's not gonna go back to fucking filming Iron Man 11 in film.
No, but there are people that are shooting in film. I think again, it's just there's a certain look that you can't get out of it. Like, dude, we talk about Dune all the time, right? And
Yeah.
so if you go into the production of Dune, they shot it digital, transposed the digital onto film. Like they projected it onto film, and then they reconverted it into digital. So that way you kind of have this mix of digital and film.
Okay, okay.
And
I'm
so
not mad at that.
yeah,
That's a new way
yeah.
to use
Yeah, that's a
film.
new way to use it. And I still think people love shooting film. A lot of, again, kids these days, as well as people from our generation, and I think just cross generational, still shoot on film. They're still like, again, Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, those guys are always going to shoot on film. There is like a certain feel to it that I think allows you to shoot with it, and it gives that look. All these digital cameras so desperately try to curate and cannot simply replicate.
Oh, like they try to make like their own. This is a filter that makes it look like a fucking
Yeah,
Polaroid.
like
Of
there's like
course.
100
Yeah.
different apps on like iPhone
Yeah.
or like Fujiroid or like some, I don't know. I'm not naming them like properly off the top of my head, but they're trying to make off like that Instax, Kodak,
It's sexy. It's a
Polaroid
nice
look.
It's a
And it
nice
looks
look
good.
because being so clear all the time and being so professional looking, you get used to it.
Oh,
You
dude,
get some
like-
spice.
Like looking at my camera right now, it's just like,
Yo,
I
you
was
look
looking at when
clean
we were,
as
like,
fuck.
I know, but dude, like I also can't help but be like, damn, like I see my pores.
It's okay, bro. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Fucking talking about me, man. Yo, the first episode, I looked crazy. I looked so crazy the first episode.
Oh, you look fine.
Let me point this out, shit. What is this open chest? What is this open chest that I see?
Oh, wait, you're talking about
Yeah,
your
I'm
shirt?
talking about you, homeboy.
Dude, I'm looking there
What
right
are
now.
you
Like all of a
doing?
sudden, like I have like the Henley on. It's just like, woo.
Ooh, you just need a little gold chain, a tight one, so you can see out all.
Dude, I
times.
feel like we flipped our outfits. Like last week, you were probably rocking that, and I had like the V-neck or like a closed neck shirt.
I am deciding to wear different things every cast. So get
Oh, me
ready,
too.
bitch.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah. But damn, I gotta figure out something that complements the color scheme of like my,
Hmm.
But quick aside, did you watch the end of the Olympics? Because we watched that during the barbecue. But
What
did
you mean
watch...
the end of the closing ceremony?
Well, the closing ceremony, but also the last few events of the Olympics.
No.
Okay,
I didn't
but
even watch
do know-
basketball. I didn't even watch basketball, and I kind of regret not watching basketball because I heard it was fucking cool as hell.
Oh, that was awesome, dude. Steph Curry cemented his like legacy as like one of the greatest of all time because he was like doing timely buckets of 3-pointers, and it's just like glorious how he was like getting these shots, especially when France and Serbia were doing really good. Man, if we're talking about like interesting times ahead, I wonder what the next generation of basketball stars are going to be like. And considering how close it's been, are we able to maintain that dominance?
In basketball?
That's-
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm a true believer that the United States' free gold medal is basketball. They'll always win. The NBA is like a proving ground. They farm the best players of all time and then chuck them into the Olympics. They're going to fucking win. It's like having the dream team at all times. But I wanted to say before we move on that I only knew that Steph Curry and the game was really good because the chicks on Instagram were like, oh my God, Steph. Like, I was like, why y'all give a shit about Steph all of a sudden? Apparently, he fucking killed it that game. How many 3-pointers did he get? I was doing the math when I found out. I was like, yo, that's about 20, 30 points just because of him. The fuck? That's crazy.
It was a combined rally of KD, LeBron, and Steph Curry. But then that last game with France, Steph was keeping that lead pretty well. Like he was
There
making
was
sure
a
that,
gap.
like, oh, you're getting close.
Get fucked.
I'm gonna keep this distance. And then towards the last like 30 seconds, and he got like that 3-pointer, and he just did this. I was like, oh,
I know, bro. That was ice cold.
ice cold, and it was a beautiful moment.
They made it look like the Globetrotters. They made it look like they was the Globetrotters, bro. That's how good they was.
I do think that the rest of the world is also catching up because they have NBA players too. Like these
Okay.
NBA players are being sourced outward too. So it's
Alright.
like they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good.
But what else happened in the Olympics? You made it sound like there was more going on. What happened?
Okay, this one's a big one because it's been in conversation over the entire weekend. But breakdancing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about the Imani Khalif shit, the boxing shit.
Oh no! Like that one, that was basically like disproven that like she's born biologically female. Like there's no question about her. So, and that one, it's like I'm not gonna even bring up because that's like
Let's go stick
she's-
with your shit. Let's go listen to
But-
John Doe because John Doe advised me, Gabriel, don't talk about the Imani Khalif shit.
oh no,
Stay
no, we're
out
not
of
gonna
that
talk
shit,
about that.
Gabe.
But what
I was like, all right, fine.
this is technically
Tell me what happened with Ray Gun.
the past weekend, specifically on Friday, was the women's breaking competition, for the Olympics. First one ever. And whether she is famous or I would rather say infamous in her, I guess, performance is B-Girl Raygun or Rachel Gunn versus the other ones. She had more of a, I guess, interpretive, artistic dance for her performances. Next Olympics, they're not going to have a breaking competition. Now, I'm not putting that on her, but it's just like, yeah, that, again, her thing was kind of noteworthy. And I was like just watching it where, as someone who knows a little bit about, I guess, what goes down, I guess it's funny where in my mind, I was
goes
like,
down
kind
with
of
what?
going
The
into,
Olympics?
well, no, it's like, I guess I kind of went into that thinking I was going to get the Jabberwockies. There's literally this video from like Instagram and TikTok expecting to watch the Jabberwockies, and then you watch the breaking competition and you get kind of that performance. It's a little, oh, wow.
Was everyone else's performance not interpretive and they was all actually like trick based?
They were pretty good.
Flips?
They were all pretty good in their own way. I would just say that like hers was very noteworthy from being like a very different performance compared to everyone else's. Again, I can't really tell where it's like, especially because this is a competition. So a competition, you'd have these little factors of what you judge on what's good, what's bad.
There is a
and vice
grade.
versa.
Yeah, if there's a competition, then there is a metric to grade if this shit is good.
I feel like when it comes to like dancing competitions, it's a little different because also you're kind of vibing with the crowd. The crowd also kind of is a judge in itself. And so the stage itself is going to be very different from a cypher that you're doing, again, a breaking competition at. When you're there, you kind of vibe with the crowd. And here it's like you can't really do the same type of energy. And you kind of just have to like do one move, wait a bit, see what another person does, look at your points, go back into it.
Is that how they do it?
It's,
Because
yeah.
I saw a video of like them actually battling each other and shit.
There is kind of like a dialogue, if you would, or like an interaction with each other. But the breaking competition was different. And I do feel like because it's not quite the same as like a normal breaking competition or dance off in like a, more local regional setting, and it's on Olympic stage, it does change the feel. And also because Rachel Gunn's performance just was kind of more interpretive. And
there's two things. There's many things to this, bro. From what I've heard, they decided to remove breakdancing from the Olympics in 2028. That decision was made way before this Paris Olympics. So
right.
to absolve her of her blame.
Oh, yeah, no.
But I do know what you mean. It only feels weird because there is no proper metric to grade the dance-off. You may want to say that the crowd could kind of sway it one way or the other, or be biased, but I would like to say that more complicated moves usually garner a louder applause. And even if there is no applause, there should be judges that are watching for these tricks. Okay, that trick was properly landed. There was 3, 4, 5 spins. Because if you think about it, the gymnastics, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a gymnastics pro. I don't know. I didn't watch it this year. But when the gymnastics ladies are doing their little dance, I think it's like the open floor, and then they do flips involved as well. That's kind of like a dance battle. I don't mind for breakdancing to be on the Olympics. They just need a finite way to grade it.
Yeah, it's just that it's tough because, again, these type of competitions, I feel like there's a sense of artisticness to it. So when Rachel was defending herself, it's like, oh, well, like I wanted to add my own, like I'm not be able to compete with like these girls on the skill level. So I'm just going to bring my own artistic interpretation to it.
She got zeros, and I don't want to be mean, and I don't want to say that she deserved all zeros. Maybe she deserved like 1s or 2s or whatever. And let's not be that OT. The thing is, the judges were already looking for particular things. There was a reason why she had a 0. I don't know what those things are, but she did not fulfill them. So on to the next. She can defend it all she wants, but is she going to get a gold? If that's who the country wants to send over and she's going to have the shittiest thing, fine. Okay. If we're going to do American Idol or World Idol, who's the best singer? Every country bring the best singer. And this is going to get all messy. Let's just say they're all singing the same type of song. If one of them is really fucking horrible and off key and that's who they wanted to send, that's who they wanted to send. Interpretive, right? Get her out of here. Sorry. Boom. You're not the next Kelly Clarkson, girl.
You bring that up kind of makes me think it's like, oh, two people sing the same song. So it's like if you would put your pound for pound like number ones, like let's say Whitney versus Mariah,
Oh,
like who would you vote for?
is that even a question?
I'm
Whitney,
curious what you're gonna say.
100%.
I feel like that's the right answer, like because I am a big Whitney fan, but I also like Mariah, and I think she'd give like a really damn good job also. Like Mariah in her prime
It's
was
not to say that Mariah Carey's not a good singer. I'm just saying the type of music that I like, and this is all objective. You could have your own opinion. Please don't
subjective,
crush me for
subjective,
this.
subjective.
Okay, whatever. I just have a feeling that if I say Whitney, more people would agree with me too. So we're good here. Like, come
I'm
on.
with you. I'm with you on that one also. But that's why I let you put it out there. I'm like, let me see where Gabe would stand on this one.
Whitney all the way, man.
Oh man.
Are you excited for Colombia? Dualcast is going to Colombia. I just wanted to let you know. From August the 21st to the 25th, Dualcast will be in Colombia in a boat
Are we gonna do a
one
podcast
day.
there?
No. What are you looking forward to doing there, bro?
So the first thing is to hit up that rooftop bar Alchemico. I totally
Alchemico.
butchered that.
It has three
God.
floors. It has 3 floors, 3 different menus.
Mm-hmm. And then on hopping, hitting up the beach for a bit, going to
I want to
the
get on a
clubs, and
jet
then just
ski.
get a jet ski. Yeah, that'd be awesome too.
I want to go on a jet ski. Imagine. I deserve the jet
Try
ski.
street
That's my
foods.
fucking
Try the
rest.
street food. Try the street
Oh,
food.
yo, I'm excited for the street food, bro.
It's crazy because like I remember when you first like booked the tickets and even just started talking about it, and it was like about 4 months ago, and it's literally next week.
Yes.
Dude, are you good with your Spanish? Because dude, I am like
No.
trying to practice my Spanish, but I feel like I should have some decent conversational Spanish for sure.
The only thing that I'm going to say in Spanish is like, hola, baby, and gracias. That's it. There's no reason for me to brush up now. We're going next week. Now you're getting me scared. Like, no one on our fucking team knows Spanish. We're going to get swindled. But no, I have faith. I'm kind of getting nervous now. But no, I'm cool.
Getting away from New York for a little bit just to like, just
A reason
Go
to
on
be
vacation.
shirtless. Oh my God. A reason to be shirtless. A reason to eat every day lavishly. Rest lavishly. I can't even speak. I'm a little bit. My mind is slowed down with the vision of how life is going to be when we're in Colombia. It's going to be busy though. Don't get me wrong. We really, really packed out our schedule.
It's gonna be
Every
fun.
fucking day, we have a place that we're going to go to in the morning, and every night we have a place to go to at night. We're stacked.
shit, dude. You got those meta glasses. Like, what is?
Oh man.
What do images look like with the meta glasses?
Oh
dude?
man, I love the Meta glasses. That was the best early birthday gift that I've gotten. I didn't think I was going to like them. I
Mhm.
really, really like them. I didn't think I was going to use the speakers on them as much as I thought I was. I like being able to listen to things without actually having the headphone on. It actually feels really, really nice. It's probably one of my more favorite features of it. And the image quality is good enough to go on your Instagram stories. That's what you're really using it for, right? The amount of time it takes for me to take a picture is like, boom. Sometimes when you have to think about taking out your phone and you're like, I don't know if I should take my phone out right now, right? Like,
Mhm.
nah, I don't got to think about that. I just go click. I don't even have to fucking click. I can just say Meta, take a shot. It's really, really good.
Are
The
the-
Meta features on there.
Are
really
the
good.
images
Can't lie.
vertical?
Up to down? I don't know all that flim flam. That's your people. It is it is 5 to 4 up to down. It's longer up to down. That's all.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I just made your friend's ears bleed, dog. But yeah.
Okay, so it's slightly larger vertically than horizontally.
Yeah, it's meant to be posted on stories. And I like it. It's cool. Like, I actually have a lot of videos. No, I definitely posted a video. The ones where I'm making
I
my
have to see
pancakes.
these. I don't think I've
And
looked
I
at
like
them
it.
yet. No, not that I haven't checked your profile in a while. I
Yeah,
haven't-
bro. I don't give a fuck
yeah.
if you like
Like
my
I feel like
shit or
I'm
not.
also like I like social media, but I also don't really post a lot of stuff often either. I feel like I post most of my stuff on my stories, but then after that, I don't really spend too much time posting anything else aside from stories, So
It is a low
Yeah.
commitment post. All right? Maybe I just hit a nail there for some of y'all motherfuckers.
do you use Snapchat?
No, Snapchat is some young boy shit. You Snapchat, bro?
No, I don't.
No
I
lie.
don't. No, it's like, but I feel like I'm a little out of loop because I know friends who use Snapchat, and I'm just
Even till
like,
this day?
yeah,
How old are they?
yeah, man.
How old are they?
They're like in their 20s, like mid 20s, like
Okay, they can
even
use
some are like our
those.
age. Yeah, yeah. No, but there's people
Mid
like our age who
20s
use it
is
too.
fucking very far away from where we are right now, bro. They're
We're
allowed to
not that
use
far off from
Snapchat.
that. But no, there are
They're allowed
people
to
who
use
are there in
Snapchat.
their 30s who still use Snapchat though. I feel like it's like also a way to slide into people's DMs.
Girls are
Like
guys. Girls are guys.
I don't really have the demographic, but I'm telling you, I do feel like people use their
It's in my
Snapchats, and I'm
humble
like,
opinion. It's in my humble opinion that Snapchat is meant for a younger demographic than Gabriel. I don't want to say anybody else than Gabriel. That's it. We gotta keep it. Hold it down. Hold that shit down.
well,
Oh,
well, it's Snapchat and there's also TikTok. Like I feel like more these days, I've been kind of on TikTok. I haven't posted any videos just because I feel like for
TikTok I'll fuck
TikTok,
around with. I'll fuck around
but it's
with.
all about remixes though, right? With TikTok,
Really?
like for everything's kind of trending where like you do like a dance or you remix someone else's thing, or it's like reactionary to someone else's
Oh,
like
oh, gotcha,
content,
gotcha,
and so
gotcha.
you
I thought you
create a
meant like
video.
chopping it.
Yeah. A lot of TikTok's panache these days is like you see a video, you can create a remix of it, and that remix is effectively either you building on the concept of the video itself, or you're replying to it, reacting to it,
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing. I feel like I don't really care too much about like looking at someone else's like video and trying to remix it, and that's why I can't.
Oh
Like,
no, no,
I'm
no.
not
I
really
am
on
not a
TikTok.
TikTok. I'm not a TikTok participator. I'll tell you
I
that.
enjoy scrolling through TikTok,
But TikTok has really, really good, and I'm gonna say this, high value content.
high value content, and it's also great for marketing because like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of young artists like Tate McRae kind of got her start off like TikTok, and then like a lot of people are able to kind of put their businesses on like TikTok. But yeah, it's like kind of
Yo,
remix where like
it's
you
what
see
we're
like this.
doing. We're doing it right now, bro.
Yeah,
We're using TikTok right now.
we're in the meta of
Yeah.
social media and TikTok basically.
It's definitely not one of the social media platforms that I'm spending too much time on. I'll tell you that. It's my least involved time taker platform. Yeah. What was I talking about? Why are we talking about this? Do I fuck around with Snapchat? Hell no. If there's any fucking girl that tells me, oh, I don't have an Instagram, I have a Snapchat, done. That's the biggest red flag. A girl gives you her Snapchat?
Really? Not even a little bit. Not
Every
you wouldn't- you
girl
wouldn't-
who has given me their Snapchat has asked me for money.
Oh yeah, that's
The
fair,
moment
that's
that I
fair.
get there, I'm like, I've gone too far. I'm done.
Are
I'm
we
outta
talking
here.
about like
I
the
can't
dating
even-
apps and shit like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, you're talking to girls on dating apps, they can either give you one of three things. That is the phone number, relatively high commitment, Instagram, decent commitment, Snapchat, chance that she's totally not who she says she is.
I think Snapchat and WhatsApp is like,
Oh
no,
my
dude.
God, don't even get me started. WhatsApp is a hell no. No way you're giving me a WhatsApp number. I have friends
Yeah.
there who kind of want to be private with they don't want to give their real number away. I get that. But
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the sense of online dating, I think you kind of have to give the real number. You can't afford
Oh,
to be
yeah.
given this fake number. This is too much madness. If you're going to give me the fake number, then you have to fucking get on video now. Get on FaceTime, WhatsApp FaceTime now, and prove
What
that
about
you're this
Google
woman.
Voice number?
Same exact shit. If it's not if it's a tertiary number, it's not a real fucking number on a phone. You have to prove that shit. If I feel like they're fake, or if their profile even looks too good, I'll fucking let them know. Like, you're not real. What you talking about, girl? Let's play. I love catching that shit. And sometimes, actually, no, never. They have never turned out to be real. So get fucked. Get fucked, dude.
That's true. WhatsApp also and Snapchat being kind of like the no commitment. Instagram is mid-level commitment, but if you really want that commitment, you get the number.
I was talking to this girl on Hinge, okay? Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. Pictures looked realistic. Information, pretty spot on. That's not bad. Talking, really good. Really, really, really good talking. Maybe that should have been the first red flag. Because everyone's kind of have like their 1 foot out the door, 1 foot out. You know what I mean? but
Yeah.
she had both feet in.
Okay.
She didn't give me a WhatsApp. She didn't give me a Snapchat. She gave me a real number, a number that had the same area code as my number. And even to the point where when I added it into my contacts, that shit turned blue. And I remember making it a point in our conversation. Oh my God, thank God you have an iPhone too. I didn't even ask her. I just knew. Thank God you have an iPhone after da 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 da. And she's like, oh my God, LOL, dabby dabby da. Yeah. Okay. Totally good. Good conversation. Pauses in between. You know, you don't want to fucking OD them. She ended up saying some shit where, oh my God, I'm fighting with my boss over $20. I'm like, oh shit. If you click the $20, it's like, it's a request to pay $20. I was like, oh my God, no fucking way. This girl, she's having a fight with her boss right now for $20 because she wants to buy lunch or whatever. Immediate red flag. Like, why are you fighting with anybody for $20, let alone your boss? What type of work arrangement do you have, number one? And number two, what type of behavior? Why would you even be partaking in such a behavior like this? And that shit was, you can click it to pay. I don't know what the fuck.
Like, can I just, like, for example, put this in my message right now and be like, oh my God, you owe me $20. And it'll be like,
I don't know exactly how she can do that.
request. Okay, hold on. I'm going to learn.
She didn't request it. There was no pop-up that asked for it. It was only when I clicked the $20. It was like a hyperlink. And then it went to Apple Request Pay. It wasn't like another window or anything like that.
Okay. So, all right. So you're talking to her, but then what transpired afterward?
I laughed at the situation and she brought it up again. Another $20 thing came up. I forgot how she worded it, but I already knew at that point, I'm like, this is not even a good person. Let's just say that it was not meant to be that way. Why would I want to get into a relationship that somebody is talking to their boss about $20 in the first place? That is an outlandish thing. Like if you're talking to a girl, right? And she's like, oh my God, I'm having issues with my landlord, something about the payment. You'd be like, what the fuck? That, like, you don't have to request me anything. That's kind of like, huh? Nah, I'm not about it. That's not the type of person I want to be dealing with. It's okay. It's fine. It's already fucking hard enough for me, man. You acting like like I'm fucking stone cold. Dude, my fucking height, height will eliminate me from like all of the fucking women above this height. I'm doomed, bro. Are we ever going to find love?
Don't say that, man. Don't say that at all. I don't agree with that whatsoever altogether. Yeah, no, like I know plenty of friends who like are in a specific height and they're perfectly happy in their relationships and they found somebody. Yeah.
I'm not actually disheartened about it at all or anything. I like to romanticize the difficulties in my life. I mean, yo, man, my track record's pretty good. I don't have to.
Yeah, but you have an excellent track record, buddy.
I don't want to talk about my track record on the podcast. I'm just saying.
You don't have to talk about your track record. I'm just saying that you have an excellent track record.
Nah. I am not one to complain about this height. You know what does make me sad there are real men out there who do feel like they're not enough, and not necessarily height or whatever, or like their race or there may be acne scars or whatever
imposter syndrome or just like inadequacy. Yeah. No, I get it. Shit, I've dealt with that feeling too. I'm just like, crap.
We all have in our own level.
Yeah.
But not enough for it to defeat ourselves at a continuous everyday level. There's some guys that I met that's like, I almost want to shake them. I can't understand what it is about them that makes them want to subscribe to such a self-defeating thought.
Oh,
like why?
Right.
You already know that it's bad and you already know that it's fucked up. You can't do anything about it. You don't even want to play anymore. That's the shit that goes through my head. Like,
right. What pisses you off is that like, they're not even going to try and play the game. They're just automatically disqualifying themselves from it.
Play with a pair of twos. Let's go. What are we talking about? The fuck? You can still win.
No, I get you, buddy. No, I know friends like that. I know, and I've met people like, especially at the bar. You know, it's funny. We're kind of almost gone full circle back here where like going to the bar is kind of like your place to kind of wallow in your sorrows and vice versa.
It could be. Like, it definitely could be.
Yeah.
But
you know.
if I can say anything, the bar for me is a place where I like to wallow in my joy. You could do anything you want at a certain level where it's healthy for you. And if you have the self control, then teach their own. Is there a risk for putting myself out there? Yeah, I could easily slip into going to places that are not good for me, but this is not one of those places.
You know, it's funny, like with the setup right now, I'm also kind of debating whether like my setup is going to be here because again, I kind of like that it's like not showing my bed, but I kind of have like, oh, what if I actually showed my bed? And it also might be the angle that you want.
No, 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 bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You look really great. This is perfect. I have to pat ourselves in the back. We look really good today. Yeah. You know how when you look out in the mirror before you leave and you're like, damn, you're feeling yourself? The podcast looks really good right now.
Shit, dude. You know, speaking of that, like I kind of want to go shopping for new clothes, not just
Fuck.
also for Colombia, but also like I do feel like I just want to have more, like
You want to live
just
in opulence.
change my style. Yeah,
Yes.
live in opulence, but also just like I feel like I've been dressing kind of still the same way that I would in college,
Bro,
but also because
don't let anyone hear that. Don't let anyone hear those words that you're saying. But I know what you mean. You look good though. The last time I saw you, the last couple of times, I gave you your respect. I told you what was up. You look good.
I'm just also thinking like, what else could I rock aside from like fitted jeans? I know like fitted jeans these days, kids are
I
like,
need to get fitted jeans.
well, it's funny because apparently fitted jeans, like my mom was telling me, like, oh, fitted jeans are no longer in style, and all
Fitted
the
jeans
kids
will
these days
always be in style. All
are
the
like
time, every
going
time.
in like these really baggy or like straight fit. But I don't know. I mean, if we're talking about things that the reason why I wear fitted jeans all the time is because I have big calves, and for
Oh,
years I'm more accepting of it now. But like, you know, these big calves would be like, oh well, you know, I kind of want to have fitted jeans, so at least like, if my look feels a little bit
are
more
you willing to go to a boot
professional.
cut? Are you willing?
Maybe I just didn't see like if that looked good on me.
Bro,
You
let me
know?
tell you some shit. Fashion is fashion. You know when you walk out the door and you feel like you look good, you know you look
Hmm.
good, the clothes fit good. That
Oh yeah,
is
yeah.
really what I'm aiming for. It's more so if I am wearing it and how I'm styling it, do I feel confident in it? And I could know immediately. Like it's an automatic buff. The moment that the clothes hit,
No, I do want to go shopping. Well, for new clothes.
where are you trying to hit up
Also,
though? Do you have a specific look that you're going for? Not really. Like you're just really kind of window shopping for now to feel
just
for
window
a look.
shopping for like for another style. I do wear a lot of fitted stuff all the time, and I do have a lot of jeans. But I guess maybe another pair of like casual or business casual slacks,
You don't have? I feel
chinos.
like you have a lot of pants, bro. You got hella pants.
Maybe I just need to find more of an occasion to rock them. You know when you have stuff in the front of your closet and then you forget about the other stuff that you bought and everything kind
Of
of gets shifted
course.
backwards.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I gotta, and I also have clothes that I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna get rid of it at some
Explore
point.
that side. Explore that side.
But then it's funny, like I have this tendency to kind of keep on things or hold on to things. I'm not gonna say I'm hoarding, although that could potentially be hoarding. That I hold on to things because I feel like somewhere down the line,
You may
I'm
use it.
gonna, yeah, I may use it, and it may just so happen to work well with whatever other thing I have, whether it's like clothes or just some other tool I have in my bag.
You gotta Maria Kondo that shit. Go through all the pieces of clothing again, one more time. And if you can
Yeah,
kind of say to yourself, you know what? I was wildin'. I really, really, I know I'm not gonna wear this ever. Gone. Put it in a bag. And then you just give that bag away. That's it.
yeah,
That's what I do all the time. Because if you're really not going to use it, I know, baby, there are some pieces that miraculously come out of nowhere and like shell shock you. Like, oh my God, I never wore this before, but now this might be on my rotation, right? But at least
hmm
you give yourself the moment to go, oh, can I really do that or can I not? And then if it's a
yeah.
definite not, it's gotta go. I'm sure there's shit in there you're not going to use, bro.
Right, but then there's stuff that like I was like, oh, I don't think it looks that great. But then like last week, was it last week or no? No, 2 weeks ago, like when we hung out and like I wore it because I, you know, we're going out to like, you know, I think a party, and I was like, oh, let me rock
The
it.
blue button
I didn't
down.
think I'd,
You wore a blue button
yeah,
down one time. I was like, okay,
yeah,
that is kind of nice. Yeah.
yeah. So that's a good example of me like keeping on something because it's like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to write it off completely, and maybe I just don't think it looks good on me, or maybe it is because we have been going to the gym and it's presented an opportunity for me to feel
When
better
was the
about
last time you
myself.
been to the gym, you motherfucker? You haven't gone out to the gym with me, bitch.
Dude, like I've been slacking on it just because, like, well, this passing weekend was pretty booked up, so it was like last
You
weekend.
were
So
busy.
the
You were
weekend,
busy. You were busy.
yeah.
Today was the first day I decided to take it really, really easy. I didn't do much. I still went to the gym. I still got my stretch on because if
Mhm.
there's anything that I should have started doing when I first attended gym time, stretching is so fucking important, bro. Like if I don't get to have my daily stretch, I will feel like an old man. It's weird. And plus I love the way it fucking feels. But regardless, I don't think I have not gone to the gym for the longest time. I've never
Mhm.
missed a day in the gym for the longest time. Which makes me think about that shit we said earlier about how there's damaged people there. Bro, I'm definitely damaged up. I'm fucking hurt, dude. It's all good though, baby. Your boy is out here. Your boy is out here in Colombia. I'm gonna feel so
Well,
fucking hype when we're in Colombia and I'm out there shirtless in the sea, baby. Come on. Let's
well,
go.
dude, you've been working really hard to like be at that level. I'm not right there yet, though.
I'm a
But
psycho. I'm a psycho. That's why, bro.
the thing is, you're going to the gym, and also it's kind of like using your energy in a positive way. Whether it's like a lot of energy that you're simply like pouring into this thing, you're at least doing something good for yourself. So
Yeah,
I don't think there's
I
any
love it.
problem with it. I mean, I
I
think,
never see it as
yeah, I
work.
think
I
it's.
never see it as work. I love it.
But honestly, now that you're bringing it up, I do feel like I should stretch more before a workout. I feel like I don't do a lot of stretching before workouts.
I mean,
I
bro,
think
can
about
you
it.
do that little twist? Can you do that churro twist where you're cracking your spine left and right? Can you do that?
You mean like where you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
like the
yeah.
cracks like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could do that, imagine the amount of cracks you can get with a foam roller. It's insane. You're not even cracking it as much as you should. I know it sounds wild and it feels really, really awkward when you first do it the first couple times, but that's because your body had never moved like that. Once you get like into a routine of doing it for 3 weeks, you're like, you kind of need it now. And guys, let me not play. So many people have decent physiques already. You don't have to be jacked or you don't have to lose fucking weight. You just have to have good posture. Having good posture is so much more important than being jacked or lean or whatever. It's just perception wise, the girls love a good posture. So don't fuck around. You guys already have it. And getting that shit foamed out will get you a better posture. There you go. Approved.
Definitely need to do more stretching. I think, well, Gabe, do you stretch before and after a workout or just before the workout?
I stretch out before. I know there's talk and debate of when you should do it.
Right.
A lot of I think the talk and debate is on if you should warm up before or if you should have been warmed up before you stretch. And I think if you're going in to stretch your legs, then that talk would be on the side of maybe you should warm up a bit before stretching if you're going to do your legs. But I'm usually just stretching my back for the most part. And
Mhm.
because of that, I don't really have to be warmed up. I mean, I will give it a good shake a little bit. I will try to engage my muscles as can be before. I'm not first movement. I'm cracking something. No, like you give it a little bit warm up, a little bit, but not to be like I'm gonna stretch at the end of my gym routine. No, I stretch at the very beginning of my gym routine. That's me. That's what works for me. I'm not saying this. That's what you should do. There is also talk that being stretched out, pause, is beneficial before lifting. And I lift. So we got to do it like that. You're not going to fucking bench press some shit and you're cold and you haven't stretched. Hell no. You're going to crack your ass.
Because I do post stretching more than pre stretching, but maybe I should do the opposite way.
If it works for you, then fine. But I would say you should try to always stretch your shoulders and get them a little warmed up and stretched out before you do any shit that involves shoulders and chest or upper body. If you're going to do upper body, stretch out your fucking shoulders and chest. Please.
Next workout, I'll try out like
Come on, baby.
pre-stretch.
Yeah.
I gotta fit in as much as possible within the next like week.
You've lost weight, haven't you?
Oh no, I know. I just like I feel like in order to like be slightly more like every little bit helps to be more beach ready, you know.
I know, I know.
But also this passing weekend was like barbecue weekend, so it's just like like eating like
I'm
you know,
2 seconds
being
away from
basically.
doing a 72-hour water fast.
Oh, you're doing the cutting phase.
I don't know, man. Dana White released some shit on Twitter where he was saying like he posted before and after pictures and he looked really, really lean on the third day. And he's like, yo, I did my 72-hour water fast. All you got to do is drink water and bone broth.
I mean, I guess I kind of had a version of that back in like early July when I was sick.
You only drank liquids?
Well, because I couldn't stomach anything. Like I just number one, it was hard to swallow any food because like
This
I
was
had,
when
like,
you were down and out a couple weeks ago?
yeah, I had strep throat and tonsillitis. Like it just hurt to even drink water. So I was just
Oh,
like,
it was like physically
drink-
pain. Like it's like
Yeah.
sandpaper down there.
So I felt like I basically lost weight because like I wasn't eating
Yeah.
anything. So I felt kind of like nicely lean.
Yo, no, man. I get that shit. I know it sounds hilarious. I know it sounds like, yeah, that's a little bit demented. That's a little bit fucked up. But if you wake up and you feel lean, ain't nothing better than that. But if I know that my diet's been good and my waters and my sleep has been good and you wake up lean, you kind of like touch on your body a bit in the morning. You're like, damn, we're out here.
It's like, yo, it's that area's kind of lost, you know.
I know.
But it's like also, but I feel like if you do that, like how fast is the body bouncing back from it? Just like, oh shit, we've been deprived of all this food. Yeah, we're just gonna like.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct, bro. But they say that there is benefits for being in that state. The state in which your body is in when it is in a fasting, is in a moment of fasting, is beneficial to you. I'm not the science guy. I don't know what it is. You know, once in a while, depriving yourself of food may actually be a healthy thing for you.
Intermittent fasting, like I was
Yes,
really on that.
yes.
Definitely when it comes to IMF and also long-term fast though. But yeah, no, I feel like I gotta try it myself. I might consider it actually down the road.
Dr. Gabriel out here, son. Holy shit. Let's go, nutritionist.
Oh man.